How's it going, everyone? In this video, I'll be teaching you guys the mechanics of the Electro Giant along with his pros and cons, and I'll be showing you all his strengths and weaknesses. And right now, let's just say there are a lot more pros than cons. So without further ado, let's get started. The Electro Giant is an epic 8 elixir card that zaps and punches. The zap deals 75 damage and stuns units for 0.5 seconds, but the punch on the other hand deals 159 damage every 2.1 seconds. Now, I'm not going to name all the cards and say how many zaps and punches it takes to take them out, but just to give you a general idea of how much one zap does, one zap is able to kill all skeletons but leave minions, archers, and goblins with a sliver of health. If you want to figure out how many zaps it'll take to kill something, you can divide the health of the unit by the number of damage that the Electro Giant's zap does. And if you have any decimal numbers, just round up or down. Now, the Electro Giant's punch deals 159 damage, which is enough to take out a cannon in about 5 shots, a tombstone in about 3 shots, and about 9 shots to take out an Inferno Tower, which has the most HP of any building in the game. If you want to figure out how many punches it's going to take to kill a building, just do the same thing for the zaps. Type in the building health divided by the punch damage and then round up or down. It's also important to know the hit speed of a building. Mortar, Furnace, Goblin Hut, Barbarian Hut, and Tombstone are the only cards in the game that have a slower hit/spawn speed than the Electro Giant, meaning that if you deployed a Barbarian Hut to counter an Electro Giant, the Electro Giant will be able to get almost 6 shots on the Barbarian Hut before the second wave of Barbarians spawn. Now that's a lot of damage. Now, give yourself a moment to think about that. If you're facing a lot of opponents with Electro Giant, and you have Mortar, Furnace, Goblin Hut, Barbarian Hut, or Tombstone as your main building to counter it, you'll either want to switch it out of your deck for one with a faster hit/spawn speed, or add some heavy hitters to your deck. The Electro Giant's Zap Radius is about 2 tiles bigger on each side than a Princess Tower, so it would only be common sense at this point to place your units outside of that 2 tiles if you don't want them to get zapped. The Electro Giant has 3,591 hit points, which is enough to take about 5 shots from a P.E.K.K.A. Elite Barbarians just barely counter him. Alone Spear Goblins barely tickle him, but with the help of an Ice Wizard or Fisherman, they completely destroy him. This is just one example of how easy it is to counter him with inexpensive units. The only cons that the Electro Giant has is its massive cost of 8 elixir and its very slow move speed. But even his cons can be made into pros. His slow move speed, for example, is a very good thing for baiting and pulling. It can also make units stay in one place for a long time trying to chip him off while the Princess Tower chips them off. Here I recorded the Electro Giant versus all the other giants in a speed test, and the timer ended when the giants dealt their first damage to the tower. Now, the Electro Giant was at a bit of an advantage here because of his Zap Radius, but it actually didn't help him out that much. In the end, the Electro Giant has the same move speed as the Royal Giant and the regular Giant. Every other giant in the game was able to deal damage to the Princess Tower first. Anyways, guys, that's going to be all for Electro Giant 2021 Advanced Tech. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more of these videos. And until next time, Razorblade Gaming, out.